we're gonna start basically where that I'm trying to teach you the most. This is where the area of the stock market. A lot of people don't learn, they don't care, but it affects the market big time. And you can tell the direction. Like obviously, this morning we had the CPI numbers and the PPI numbers yesterday. These are the backbones of the stock market. If you can, the future rates, where you can guess where the interest rates are going to go, where the PPI numbers are going to go, the CPI is going to go, you can pretty much guess the direction the market, overall market is going. And when you see big crashes in the future, when the market goes to the big time, uh, two reasons why the market really crashes. One is the economy, the other one is geopolitical issues. That's when the market usually takes something really big to the downside. The last problem was a COVID one. We never knew we were going to have a COVID. So you can almost call that a geopolitical issue, right? And back in 2008, 2009 was the economy that took the market to the downside, right? And that was happening, that was forming in the numbers, in the jobs numbers. It was in the interest numbers. It was also in the inflation numbers that you could see that led up to 2000, 2009 market. So, and a lot of the markets before that, in 2001, 2003 were a couple of wars where the market went to the downside. Back in 92, when Bush Senior attacked Iraq, that was geopolitical issue that took the market to the downside. So there's always a reason why the market, but a lot of this prediction you can do right from if you look at the market every single day. So that's why I'm a little bit worried for the next 2 months where the market is going, because I see the numbers that are going in the wrong directions in the economy, right? So that's what I'm going to teach you today. Again, I mean, if you learn it, that's great. If you don't want to, it's a deep dive into the stock market, how the stock market really runs. And one of the best way to look is the numbers every single day. And where do you find these numbers, especially like economic calendar, or you keep the journals and stuff like that. So I'm gonna share on screen here. I'll make sure I got the right screen here, and make sure I'm using. I'm logged into my Discord. So you should be able to see now my Discord screen. And now I'm going to bring in front of it, I'm going to bring the information that you should be looking at. So where do you find that information? So first thing we always usually go is the Forex Factory. Okay, Forex Factory's got all the data, that everything we need to see. But that's not the only place where you can see it. If you have Financial Juice, they actually announce everything. If you have this website which we use here, financial, you can fizz one. You can go to finviz.com too. Financial Juice, here we go. So this is another, they actually will have a calendar, right? They have everything that's going on the left hand side. Okay, see all this stuff here, you can go all the way down. Every single day, every minute, Financial Juice goes through these numbers on the left hand side. This is September 12th, and these are the numbers that are happening today. And you saw that US job initial numbers here. You can see it here. You can see it on the Forex Factory. You can go to investing.com. This website, they have a whole bunch of they'll have a calendar here somewhere, markets calendar, where is it here? I've been to it here before somewhere, right? Bonds, funds, ETFs, commodities, Forex, it's in here somewhere. Yeah, you can find it. Okay, Seeking Alpha has it too, and Financial Juice, like I said, has it. But we'll go to the popular one that we go every single day, is the Forex Factory. These numbers are continuous. Sorry, let me just fix one more thing here. I'm lost. Oh, where is it? Sorry, I lost my page here. Okay, so economic calendar is it has all the events, especially economic. Like when we look at CPI, PPI, You can take a look at that like a daily, or you can turn this into a this. Let's say you wanted to see the whole month. Just change your settings, and it will show you the entire month. This is the entire month of September from the first. Anything that came out this month, you can go in here and take a look at it. You can look the important ones. What are the important ones? I always say the five most important things that you should look at on this calendar that Joe and Paul looks at. I look at the same pretty much numbers that I'm really worried when they coming out. And one was the CPI this morning, and the PPI, that's number two. PCE is number three, and number four is the GDP, and the number five is the jobs number. Those are five top economic numbers we look at. That is going to affect the market. The other numbers are there, weekly jobs data that comes out, right? A weekly job that we can look at every week. ISM manufacturing numbers that come out, okay? We look at those as well, but we don't scrutinize them as much as we do CPI, PPI, and the other numbers, right? We also have Joel's jobs opening and stuff like that. I look at the number of openings were there last month. So all this stuff, this is the one critical ones we look at is the non-farm payroll numbers that came out on the first week of September. So they tell us the most critical things that are happening in the economy. The economic calendars are very, very important to look at. And the other one I always showed you guys, this is the trading economics. This is really good as well. You can go in here and find the calendar right there somewhere here, right. Where is the calendar? Oh, right there on the top. Sorry, it's right on the top here. They'll see it's the same thing, and these are more in detail. Okay, this one here is more detailed because why is it in detail? It includes all the other countries. It doesn't matter if they're G7 or not. It kind of includes every country. Okay, you can also look at the economic things by each country. You can click here or which countries you want to look. I only got clicked the ones that I need to look at. Okay, I cannot go look at the economic every single country, but you can go look at the GDP number. You can look at their economy. How is it going? How big is the economy? This is really a good site. This is a very good site. It also has the earnings as well. You can go in here and check the earnings, the bond rates for every single country. You can do the bonds. This is much more informative than actually the Forex Factory. Forex Factories, it includes information mostly on the G7 and the G20 countries. That trading economic country, it has every single country what size of their information. So if you want to find GDP of Brazil, you can go to trading economics and you can find the GDP for Brazil there. Okay, so this is very, very, very important. And when you see this data, especially marked red here, this is a high impact data. That's the one you really want to take a look. Yellow color, this yellow color doesn't mean much. It's not going to move the market. Orange color will move the market a little bit. Okay, orange color has a little more effect, but the red has the most effect on any country. Like the US, red will have effect not only in the US, it will have effect on the other countries. The Canadian red will only have effect on the Canadian economy, on the Canadian stock market. The Canadian, our economy is about $2-3 trillion, right? Compared to the US, which is about $21-22 trillion. And the Chinese economy is about $17 trillion. So those are the two biggest economies, right? So everybody else is a smaller economy, and we are mostly a commodity-based economy. You guys know what a commodity-based economy is? Is anything that's coming out of those ground, especially if you look at oil, aluminum, steel, zinc, gold, whatever it is. Our economy is based on commodities, and if the commodities prices are going up, we're doing pretty good. Remember when the oil price went like $150? Our Canadian dollar was even against the American dollar. Our commodities when commodities really go price up, that's when the Canadian dollar gets more and more near even par with the American. Okay, so a lot of people probably saying, why are not Why aren't we going up? Because gold is right now going very high. Because we sell most of our gold. We don't hold a lot of gold. We keep selling it to the other countries. We produce a lot, but we keep selling that gold a lot. And we also sell a lot of zinc, copper, aluminum. Okay, we sell a lot of our commodities to other countries. We don't hold them. Okay, so we do make money in that sense. Okay, so that is what the when you're looking at this calendar, you want to see the red, anything with a red on it, and that's going to be a market moving event. Okay, but orange is a little bit less, and the yellow usually is for like information only. It's not going to do much. Okay, so we are here. We are on Thursday morning. This is the data that came out today, right there. And if you want to see what's coming out tomorrow, you go to the next one. So by continuing on next Wednesday, we got Canadian CPI data coming out next Tuesday. See how that is in red right there. And then the most important thing that's going to happen Wednesday next week. Look at it's all red, right? This is first one is Bank of Canada rate decision, which is going to happen at 9:45. Then it's overnight decision. Then the Bank of Canada, the governor is going to start talking, and that's going to be this is event moving for Canada. Okay, it's not going to affect not going to affect much the American side. And then 2 o'clock, we got the Fed rate decision. Right on the calendar, it mentions that 2 o'clock the rate is going to right there. It says 4.25. And it's also got an estimate here, the forecast. The current rate right now is 4.50. That's what we are right now at the U.S. And they're on forecast is they're going to cut by a quarter point, 4.25. Okay, that is a forecast. We could get a half a point, but they only usually put in here what the forecast is going to be. Okay, so like I said, if you get 4.25 or we get a quarter point cut, it's not going to be a market moving event because we already been told that the chances of getting a quarter point is almost like 95 to 99%. So, but what we don't know is if you're going to get another quarter point on top of that, which is going to be like a half a point. If you do get a half a point, that's going to be surprise. And if that's the case, then we can see the market to the upside. But we only see a quarter point. It's already priced into the market, and the price is what is the stock market gonna do? Market's gonna go reverse to the other side, right? So that's the impact of the market. So a lot of people say, what is the market gonna do when they're gonna cut? A lot of people think they're gonna cut a quarter point next Wednesday, and the market's gonna go up. Okay, it's not. This is already priced in. So that's why this calendar, what I teach you every single day, you need to learn that. Okay, so I bet a lot of people didn't know that. Hey, we're gonna get a quarter point cut. We don't know if the market will actually go down. Okay, so they may cut the quarter point at 2 p.m. Then we also got a statement that comes out of along with the rate cut or whatever the rate decision is, and that report written by Chairman Powell tells us what's going to happen in the future. Okay, if he says next meeting, hey, if he writes it in there, hey, we're going to get another half a point cut and maybe in the next meeting. That is a market moving event. Then what's going to happen? Then the market start going to immediately start pricing in another half a point, right? And if it starts pricing in another half a point, what direction is the market going to go? Market's going to go up, right? So if that's what the statement is, if he says, well, we are done with a quarter point, we are not going to do anything in the next quarter, that's a negative impact, right? And then what's going to happen? That's going to take the market to the downside, right? And then the third thing he could say is, okay, we cut a quarter point. We'll see what the data looks like for the next meeting, and then we'll decide if we want to cut the interest rate on the next meeting. And that is also sort of going to be a negative for the market, okay? And that way, market may stay where it is or may even go a little bit lower. So you know the scenarios. You can get these scenarios ahead of time from the economic calendar when this information is coming out. So by next Wednesday, you should not be surprised what's going to happen in the market. All right, you should not be surprised. We already know. We're already predicting what's going to happen in the market because we look at these numbers and we already looked at all the other numbers that are telling us what's going to happen. Okay, that is the power of learning these numbers ahead of time so you know exactly where the market's going to go. Okay, everybody understand that? Everybody understand what I just mentioned here? Okay. If anybody does not understand just what I said, you can put your hand up. I will repeat it again. And that I have no problem. I want to make sure you got it. I don't want you to be surprised when next Wednesday, when they may cut a half a point or they may cut a quarter point. We already know what they're going to do, but we also know what the effects on the stock market's going to be. Okay, quarter point is already priced in. Okay, quarter point is priced in. We get a half a point, we're going to be very surprised. Not very surprised, but with some sort of surprise. A little bit surprised they may do half a point. But that's going to push the market higher. If that pushes the market higher, you already know what to do, right? You can hold on to stuff. It will go up more. Or if he mentions in the statement, say, we're going to do half a point in the next, guess what the market's going to do? Market's going to fly to the upside. Okay. So thank you, Monty. Thank you so much. That's what I want to know is if you don't understand this stuff, guys, my whole point of teaching the stock market to you guys is this, okay? To realize anticipation. I always say anticipate what the market's going to do. Even your stocks, when you're trading them, anticipate what they're going to do. You know, earnings are going to come out of any stock out there. That's not part of the calendar here. That's totally like individual stock when you look at that. When you're looking at the calendar here, this stuff, this affects the entire stock market. It doesn't matter what stock you own. Okay, it's not for, but the sectors do get affected, right? Sectors do get affected. For example, if you get interest rate increase or interest rate decrease, that affects the banking sector more than some of the other sectors, right? That will affect the banking sectors more. For example, OPEC comes in here, cuts oil or raises the price of oil. That will affect the energy sector, right? So, yes, Gurkeet, what's the question, sir?
ਭਾਜੀ ਉਹ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਰੇਟ ਕੱਟ ਕਿਉਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਨਫਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਮੈਚ ਕਰ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਕੱਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਇਕਨੋਮੀ 'ਚ ਵੀਕਨੈਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਫਿਰ ਕੀ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਪਏਗਾ
Yeah, it's first of all, when they cut interest rates, number one is economy. Okay. Economy is not doing well. That's what we saw. ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਨਵਰੀ ਦੇ ਨਾ ਨੰਬਰ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਸਾਰੇ ਨੰਬਰਸ ਵੀਕ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਜੌਬਸ ਨੰਬਰ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦਿਖਾ ਜੌਬਸ ਨੰਬਰ ਦਿਖਾ ਲਏ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਨੰਬਰਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀਕ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਰੇਟ ਨਾ ਕੱਟੀਏ ਲਿਕੁਇਡਿਟੀ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਪਾਈਏ ਇਹ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਜੌਬਾਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੀਆਂ ਓਕੇ so that's why they cut interest rates. And when they raise rates is when there's lots of jobs out there. Chances are we have lots of liquidity out there. Dirty liquidity or inflation ਬਣਾਉਂਦੀ ਆ. To control inflation, we need to hike the interest rates up. Okay, so that's what these numbers are telling us, especially on the forex factory. All these numbers are telling us what's going on in the market. Okay. So the other things you can determine, like which we don't talk about, a lot of it is OPEC deciding on. Well, I do mention it in the morning what's happening to the oil price, but a lot of time like on Saudi Arabia, ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੁਣ lower price ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ, that means we can push the inflation rate even lower in the future because if the oil prices keep coming down, they increase the production, and the reason it's doing right now is because India and China are buying cheap oil from Russia, which is less priced than what the Saudis are selling for. So Saudis are a little bit upset because they're not selling enough oil. They want to make money too, right? But if they're buying cheaper oil from Russia and both India and China, which were their Saudi Arabia's biggest customers, and actually U.S. is the biggest customer for Saudi Arabia, really, right? If they're buying oil from somebody else, nobody's buying from Saudi Arabia, so they're undercutting the Russians, right? They want to undercut the Russians and make it cheaper. It's good for us. It's a good for the consumer because the price of oil comes down, and those things have effect that tells us that we could get less inflation in the future, right? And plus cheaper for you to drive a car, right? Forget the gas stations. So that is very, very important. The other thing is very important for you to remember. If you're learning this stuff, if you're learning these economic numbers, what you want to do is you want to write them down. Okay, for example, we're talking about the interest rate decision next week. What's going to happen? We made it on based on what we are seeing what in the economy. So a lot of if you're learning the first time, keep a journal. Okay, what was the jobs data telling me? What was the CPI telling me? What was the PPI telling me? So if you write that stuff down, you want to fine tune it as you go forward so you understand that data, what it meant. And you will, if you're wrong, if you got something wrong in there, you want to readjust. Why did I think CPI was going to be too much? Or why did I think the CPI was going to be too little? Or why did I think they were going to cut a quarter point when they cut a half a point, right? You want to keep that kind of journal to understand what's happening in the economy. Okay, it's very, very, very important. This is a pretty short lesson. It's but combine them too. Journaling is very important. Just like when you're trading your stocks, right? Where you bought, where you sold, why did you buy it, right? Why did you sell it, right? Those kind of things. So keep that. It's in simple form, very simple. Okay. I don't want to make this any complicated than what it is right now. I think I made it very simple as I could. But remember, we're not gonna stop here. I have a recording of this. If you didn't understand, I'm gonna put it right now on YouTube and review it. And if you find something that you didn't understand, you can always ask a question. This is why we do what we do here. This is not a what do you call I'm not selling you a course. You are live in here. You are learning live with us. Okay. Harvey put the trading journal in there if you guys need that. Okay. So we teach. This is better than just getting a course. And the person that usually, a lot of people out there sell courses. When you sell a course, you review it, and the guy, and when you want to go back to them, ask questions, guess what? They're not around. We are here 24 hours a day. If you have any questions, we'd be more than happy to answer. Harvey actually is better than me. He's actually a CPA. He knows about this more stuff than I do. I only know this stuff from learning myself, reading books. Books are very important, guys. If you want to learn this stuff, read some books. And we have recommended a few of them. They're in there somewhere in the education level, somewhere in the we pasted in there somewhere. Okay, economy. The most important thing you should learn first is learn the balance sheet. What is a balance sheet of a company? Go through the balance sheet, go through the income statement, go through the cash flow statement. Though that's probably the most important thing that you'll learn as part of the stocks, not as part of this calendar here, but you'll learn it part of the stock market. Okay. I used to have a book, but I gave it away. I wish I kept it, but I gave a lot of books away. One book was basically on a company balance sheet, how to read them. And I think you can go into the internet, just punch in what a balance sheet is. Go to YouTube and what a company balance sheet is. They will go through the numbers with you, what you should be looking at. Okay. And we do this as a part of our fundamentals when we do our fundamentals here as well. So once you learn all this stuff, guys, it's going to be much easier for you to make money, invest money. Uh, you won't need us. Tomorrow we go away, you learned something that you're going to be able to do it on your own, right? 2 3 year guys that's been here, 2 3 guys, we've been talking about this stuff over and over again, and a lot of you guys already know this stuff. This guy's been here 2 3 years who already learned all this stuff, right? So learn to read all that stuff. So if any questions, I'll take it. If not, uh, uh, put it in the chat. The only thing, other thing I want to quickly talk about, I don't know if I there's a show going on. It goes on every year. Just called a Money Show. It's downtown Toronto. It happens in the Toronto Convention Center every year. I've been going to it for the lot, maybe even 30 years. I'm back since I started work back in '88, and I used to live basically in downtown. And it used to be a big thing in Toronto back when there was no internet, because that's where everybody, a lot of people made network. Okay, I learned a lot of stuff from that stuff. I made a lot of network with a lot of people there. It's not as famous as it used to be back then, because now we got the internet, we got everything, and you can do a lot of networking on the internet. But I still like going there because you get to meet people face to face and ask questions. There is people from BMO, those are ETF. That's usually a pretty popular spot. There are people talking about there. If you have some sort of stocks they're holding, you can actually ask them, "Hey, why are you holding this stock in your ETF?" Right? Those kind of questions are really good, and you get to. These are guys are experts who are, following these companies, and they really have a pretty good answer. They tell you, even sometimes they'll share like a good company that you never even heard of, and they'll talk to you about it, right? So those are the kind of things that I learn. I When I go there, I try to do network. Different people you meet. I don't, it's not like I said as big as I meant. They also hold side shows. You can go to just punch in Money Show, Toronto on Google. You'll see it. You can see what is the booth of who's holding their booth over there, right? And plus, it's nice just to walk around and take a break, right? So I am gonna go there. I'm gonna leave around 10 o'clock tomorrow after right here, doing this here. 10 o'clock. I will be leaving downtown. If I see something, anything interesting, I will put it on right here. I can do even a live doing the show there on my on the Discord as well. I can show you guys around, or even if you follow me on my TikTok, I can go live from there. I'll show you. If anybody doesn't wanna can't attend, or some people are out the city, so look for my TikTok. I will go live there, and I will try to describe some things that are going on there. So join me if you can. We can have a coffee or lunch downtown tomorrow. It's always fun going walk in the city. Okay. So like I said, I'll be leaving around 10 o'clock. I will be there around 10:45, 11 o'clock, walking around, and hopefully we'll be showing to you around here on Discord or on TikTok. You'll see me live. Okay. Any other questions?
But just quick question. That event is like in person only, right?
Sorry.
That event is only in person.
Yes. Yes. That's why I'm saying you're in Winnipeg. I don't think you will be able to attend.
Yeah, if I know before, I'll book a like flight. But I just came to know about this morning.
No, no,
So
but
it's
but you know what? Where you should go when you go, you want to go to a show like that? It's in Vegas.
okay.
Yeah, they have the same.
When,
Yeah, they have the same money show in Vegas.
like around what time of the year?
It's early in the year or late in the year. I can't remember, but if you Google it, they'll tell you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I will just go through that. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's a big thing in Vegas. A lot of people show up in Vegas. It's not only for the money show, and the other thing, like if you want to do, if you're an investor like me, I spend a lot of money actually investing. You can also write your ticket off. Okay, but you must keep some sort of information that you went to the show there. So you can write your ticket and actually hotel off as well. Okay, so yeah, you can write that stuff off and saying, hey, listen, you went to Vegas to get information on the money show to invest money, right? You can do that, but make sure you keep your receipts. Okay, it's good. It's worth and you network. I love to go. I used to go to these shows a lot. I used to try to find them all the time on the on the internet. But most of the internet now say let's do virtual. I don't like doing virtual stuff. I don't like we're doing the virtual like on the internet like these kind of. I'd rather go there. I'd rather meet people. I'd rather talk to people. Right, the old style. But kids now these days rather stay home, do everything online. Get out of the house. Tomorrow is a good day. If you got nothing to do on a Friday, come and meet me down there. We'll have some coffee or something, talk around. It's fun. Downtown Toronto. Okay. Just jump on it's right by the it's in the Toronto Convention Center. You can just take the GO train, right? You don't have to go if you live in Brampton. Just to grab the GO train in the morning. Goes right downtown. Okay. All right. Any other questions, anybody, guys? There you go. It's in July. It happened already in July. Okay. So next year, maybe we can all decide next year to go. How's that, Manji? We can all meet in Vegas.
That would be amazing.
And that would be fun. Everybody just
Yeah, we can like pre-plan everything, and next year, like if we can go there, so like we are a good team, and if we meet everyone in person, so I would that's like more positive, and we can share in person like how we trade and what are our like issues we are getting, and we can leverage each other experience to grow more. That's a
yes.
good example, actually.
Yeah, it's 100%. 100%. If we can even get enough people here in Toronto, like we can do one time here together as well. I know a lot of people in here, like I haven't met a lot of people face to face. We always, talk online. But I know a lot of people we haven't met face to face. Maybe we can do something like this in Toronto next time as well. But let's do
Yeah,
that.
I think, yeah, if we know about this Toronto event, so we can like come there. But honestly, it's the very first time I heard about these kind of shows out there.
Yeah, there used to be couple. This used to be another called trading, actually, like day traders and stuff like that. They don't do that often enough, but there is once in a while. If you look at traders, it used to call the traders symposium. That's what it used to be called. If you search that, once in a while they will have that. Okay, and it's pretty good. It's a lot of learning stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of people do online now. I don't. Sometimes I don't even know who to trust online anymore. Like who is good, who's bad. But the old people, everybody, the people that I used to know, a lot of people have retired from basically they made their money. They're all retired. They're gone down to Mexico, or they're gone to other countries. And one guy actually bought I know that trades really made a lot of money. He actually bought a ship downtown, and he set a sail about 15 years ago. I haven't heard from the guy since. 15 years ago, he left Toronto. He bought one of those big yachts that you can live on. He made a lot of money back then. So you meet a lot of interesting people, really do. And tomorrow, let's see. Always talk to people. You can. It's easy when you go to the same place. You have the same common thing that you're doing. It's easy to meet a lot of people there. So yeah, it's a good thing. So I'm hoping I'll see you guys there tomorrow. If anybody's in Toronto area, you got nothing to do. Well, hopefully, well, to see you guys there. Okay. Yeah, this is trading. Okay, this one is Wednesday, May 7th. Okay, that was okay. Yeah. This is Toronto Stock Exchange. Has anybody ever been to the Toronto Stock Exchange? I've been there many times. It's in the BMO building downtown Toronto, right on Front Street. There's nothing there. It's all computerized now. But they have the Toronto Stock Exchange right there. You can go and see it from the outside. Okay, it's at the BMO building. And I don't know if they give you tours or not, but I've been in front of it. I used to stand in front of it and eat lunch, believe it or not. when I used to work down there. Like when I used to work for the TTC, and occasionally me and my friend, we would jump on down there and go sit there and eat lunch while we were looking at the stock exchange. So it's fun. It's fun, and I those tunnels downtown. Everybody walks underground. I know every single one of them. We walked down there so many times. In the winter time, especially when it was snowing outside, right? All those tunnels down in the. We used to walk all the way from Bloor and College, all the way to Union Station. You can actually walk underground, right? If you know your ways there. It's quite amazing, just all the setup, and a lot of the buildings, popular buildings, you can enter through those walkways. Okay, it was really good and fun doing back then. But since left work, I haven't been done that much stuff since then. But you got more buildings now. There are more condos and stuff joined with each other. It's quite interesting. Hockey Hall of Fame is right in front on Yonge Street and actually Front Street on the corner. I don't know if anybody's been to the Hockey Hall of Fame. That's in Toronto as well. I'm doing advertising from Toronto today, am
The only exchange I visited is the Bombay Stock Exchange, but that was just a school trip. I do not know anything about the trading or investment at that time.
I? Uh-huh.
I was in my school and that was just school trip to Bombay. So we just like saw that building is like curvy, like in between, and the name of the street was the last street. We just clicked the pictures. That's it.
It is a famous building, isn't it?
Yeah, it is just really
Yeah.
famous.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people just go there. They don't know what stock market is, but they want to see the building, right? Yeah.
Yeah, even I don't know about that time. I think it's 2010 or 11 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So we were over there. So we just click the picture. We don't know like what the things are going over there. We just know it's like some stock market.